wise sales and average sales. Same thing. So which we did in the last session. So double click subcategory, then it shows here. Then I want to take sales, put that here, and observe now. So we can take here sales and we can put that here, and we'll select I want to show average sales. So this is what we did yesterday. But here there are some observations which we have to understand. So I'm removing the second measure from this list. Now let's say entire view, turn it on, maybe ascending, descending, that is fine. Now you have to focus on how many marks cards do we have now. See, one measure, I'm just seeing only one marks card, isn't it? The first observation. Now let's take the second measure. So I'm taking the same measure, put it here, and I want to select average. The moment I click OK here, focus on the marks cards here. So what is going to happen in this location especially? So observe. Now I said OK. Now you can see that measure is added. I can see those numbers here. Okay, that is fine. But what happened here? So if you carefully observe, there is something called as all, and there is second marks card sum of sales, third marks card average sales. How many marks cards are you seeing now? The moment I drag the second one, it is totally 3 marks cards which you are seeing. If it is just one, you will see only one marks card here. So remove it again, you will see only one marks card. But the moment I add the second measure, I am seeing now 3 marks cards. Isn't it? So careful observation. Now we'll just put that here. All right. So the drive access here, I'll do it today after the session. Now the observations here are, so when we have only one measure, then we will see only one marks card. And when we have two marks cards or two measures, then we will see how many. It is like 3 marks cards, isn't it? Now very simple formula here. So when we have n measures, let's say I have 3 measures now, so how many marks cards you will see? So the number of marks cards will be n plus 1. N plus 1. So you have 2 measures, you are seeing 2 plus 1, third marks card. Now if I drag one more here, then you will see 4. So this is first one, this is second. So if you click that, it will open that marks card. Click on profit, it will show that marks card for that measure. Now n plus 1 is what you will see here. Okay, first interview question, certification question, like number of measures are n, how many marks card you will see? It is n plus 1. It is n plus 1. Okay, now what is tableau doing here? Why it is showing 3? It can just to show 2 itself. Why 3? Isn't it? So always questioning is important. Now let's say my scenario here is I want to increase the size of the bars or decrease the size of the bars or turn on the labels for both of them, sales and average sales. For both of them means you come to all. You come to all. Now I want to reduce the size. I want to reduce the size. So if I do it, it will affect both of them in one single shot, isn't it? That means this is a combined marks card. I want to turn off label. Okay, turn off label, it will affect both of them. So if you want to do something for both in single shot, then make use of all marks. Sometimes what we want to say, sales I want to show in one color, profits I want to show in another color. Then what you have to do is you have to open sales marks card. So you can do it from here like this, or just click on that measure here. Click on that measure, then it will open sales marks card. I want to change color now. Okay, you can apply sales. I want to show in orange color. Now for profit, I want to show different color. Sorry, the second one, average sales. So click on that, then it will open that marks card. Now I want to change color to something like green. So if you want to individually control this, you have to click on that or click on that marks card and apply what you want to do. Turn on the labels for both of them. Okay, combined. Then I'll go to all. Then I'll change. Okay, show labels for both of them. Show dollar symbol for both of them. So don't do individually, because for both of them means you can apply that from here, or you can just say right click and format. You can do that. Let's say I want to increase the size. All right, increase the size. I can do that. So in single shot, if you want to apply, you can do it from here. So one observation, yes, number of measures, you will see n plus 1 marks cards. First point. Then what I want to do, the concept here is, what is the concept we want to understand is the types of access. Very important for interview purpose. How many types of access we have in Tableau? We have in Tableau here. So there are three types. There are three types. What are they? First one is individual access. Second, dual access. Third, blended access. Or you can also say combined access. Okay, so individual access, dual access, blended or combined access. Names are very simple. Individual means, okay, I am an individual, you are an individual. So each measure will have one axis. Dual means the name itself says two. There are two axes here. And blended or combined means it is more than two. More than two, I want to show three things, four things, five things. Okay, you can always show it. Now, what is individual axis? So if you go to any sheet now, if you are dragging a dimension or any measure, so this is a measure, this is the axis. This is separate. If I take the second one, let's say I want to take a quantity. For quantity also, it is a showing a separate axis or not, because it is starting from 0. So this is one axis, like this is x-axis, this is y-axis, this is x-axis, y-axis. Individual axis means every measure will have its own axis, So yesterday, if you build this type of report, it is individual axis. Means each measure has a separate axis. Very simple. Now I want to solve this problem today using dual axis. See, first one, so this is an example for individual axis. So I'll rename this as individual axis. Same scenario, same question, but can you show dual axis? Okay, why I want to use a dual axis? You can ask that question. Why do you want to have dual axis? I'll tell you. So I'll say duplicate. Now just rename it as dual axis. So what is the need of a dual axis, or when do we use it, or what is a dual axis means? So dual axis means here we want to we want to compare two measures. I want to compare two measures, then it is always preferable go for dual axis. Individual axis means each measure has its own axis. So the axis starts with 0 if you have only positive numbers. If you have negative, it will show negative number as well. Now let's see, I want to compare two measures. Okay, let's see what are our two measures. Sales, sum of sales is one measure, average sales is one measure. Okay, I'm thinking that this is one measure, this is another measure. I want to compare. Not a very good example. You can take sales and number of orders, sales and profits, sales and discounts. We can take two measures. But how do I build a dual axis? That is important. Now let's take here subcategory and put that in column shelf. Now sales, okay, take your first measure. Now what is the second? Average sales. Now this time I want to show in dual axis. Name itself says dual means a two axis. But how many you have now? Only one. How to build a dual axis chart is take your second measure, take your second measure, you have to drop it on the opposite side of the existing axis. So where is the axis here? What is opposite side? This side. So now take your second measure. So it is average sales. Now just use mouse right click. Now you will see here opposite side. You will see a dotted line. Now release your mouse. Now it is asking. So what is your second measure? It is average sales. Now say okay. Now see what happens. Now this side one axis is there. This side one more axis is there. You on the screen you are seeing two axes opposite to each other. That is what a dual means. Dual is two. Like your two wheelers, four wheelers, it is all dual or hybrid mode. It runs with petrol, it runs with CNG. It runs with petrol, it runs with the electric cars. So you have like dual. Here also dual. I want to compare two measures opposite to each other. Now, what happened to the graph? Now, some observations. It has changed to circles. No, I don't want to change it to circle. Tableau changed, but I want to show in bar only. Now, how many marks cards you can see? There is one, there is two, there is three. Because you have two measures, you have three marks cards. Change the bars to both of them. Yes, I want to change for both measures. You can do it from all sections. So now I'll change it to maybe the bar chart. Fine, one step is done. Now, second observation, look at the symbol here. Now, the symbol is something like a straight line, isn't it? It is a straight line in this side. But remember, if you have two measures side by side, see it is curved here, curved left side, curved right side. Here also curved left side, curved right side. Tomorrow, if I see any other people report, I have to able to identify whether it is individual axis or dual axis. This is an example for individual. I can see two axes here. But when you go back to this type of report, oh, there is a straight line here. So that user has used dual axis. So we have to understand or identify in that way. And another one, so you can see that the axis is left side, the axis is also right side. Okay, observations. So left and right. Okay, this is an example how to build it. But let's build one more example here. One more example. But this time, what I want to build is I want to display subcategory wise average sales, and number of orders. I want to see like how many orders I got and how much average sales I made. I want to compare both of them. Okay. Now, how to clear everything from this page? You can remove individually. That is a time taking one. Now you have one option here. You have one option, clear the sheet. So just click on it. Everything is gone. Right? Easiest way, easy technique. Okay, now what I want to do, so I want to compare average sales and number of orders using dual axis. Using the dual axis. So dual means two, that two opposite to each other. Very good. Now take your first dimension subcategory, then average sales. Okay, now I'm using mouse right click. So let's put that here. Change it to average. Say okay. Half part is done. Where is my axis here? It is here this time. Now where I have to drop the second measure to the opposite side, this side. Now what I have to show? Number of orders. Number of orders. Okay. That means here I have to go to order ID. Now again use mouse right click. Mouse right click and you have to release it here. You will see a dotted line, then release your mouse. Then which one I have to select? Count or count distinct? Count or count distinct? You have to avoid duplicates. You have to avoid duplicates. That means a count d. Count d. D means distinct. In SQL also you have distinct. Distinct means remove the duplicates, show only unique values. So select it, say OK. Now what happened here? Okay, did I do it correctly? Fine. So it's still displaying in individual axis. It did not perform dual axis. No problem. Now I'll take this. I'll take first measure or second measure, drop it on the opposite side. Drop it on the opposite side. Still it is showing side by side. This is individual. Now I'll take count of order ID and I'll drag opposite to sales. Now take this and put it here on the opposite side. So I should see this symbol. Only then, okay, dual axis is performed, under two axis I can see. Can I rotate the view? Because this is not very clear to me. I want to rotate or swap. Swap means what? Whatever you have in row shelf or column shelf comes to rows, and what you have in rows it goes to column. So I'll swap it here. Okay, why waste this much of space? Now I will say entire view. Now what I want to do, I want to show average sales in bar and number of orders in line chart. So why always a bar? We will change now. So I want to show sales in bar chart, number of orders in a line chart. Okay. First select sales. It will open that marks card. Change it to the bars here. Okay. If you want to change the color, you can change it. Okay. Let's say I want to select average sales. I want to show this color. Now I'll say okay. Now, is it like a cricket match? Like first over, second over, when you see a dot, the wicket is gone. Very similar to that, isn't it? Now, this one I want to show in a line chart. Okay, how do I do it? Click on the order ID. This is the chart. By default, it is a circle. I want to use line chart. Okay. Now the colors, if you want to change, of course, select that, and I want to show some orange color. Okay, this is also done. So the bar is telling you it is average sales. The line is telling you it is the number of orders. So till here it is the dual axis. One more point. Look at the scales here. It is from 0 to 500 and the right side it is 0 to 200. It is not same. Can I make it same? This is the interview question. How to make two scales same, or interview question is how to synchronize the axis. Okay, the question is how to synchronize the axis. Means what? So two scales should be same. So how do you do it? Okay, very simple. Now you right click on this, or you right click on this, you will find an option synchronize axis. A very simple interview question. So you can do it from here or you can do it from here. Now let's say I'll do it from here. Now is it in the same scale? It will adjust automatically 0 to 500, 0 to 500. Now when you are showing both of them on the same side, can I hide this one? I want to hide it. Okay, let's see how do I hide it. Right click and there is an option show header. So the naming is little different. Now just unselect this option, then that is good. Another interview question is how to bring it back. I did that by mistake. I want to show that back again. How to get that back? Very simple. So what did you hide? I have hidden for order ID because average sales it is still visible. So go to that measure. Now click on this drop down. Now you will find the same option, show header, then it will be done. This is also one question and one student failed to answer. Like we said, right click on the same area. because where we are hidden, people will go to the same place, and again you will try to right click here, nothing happens. Okay, that is not the option. You have to come to measure, right click, then show header, so that will come back. So generally what we will do is we will hide this side, and even we will hide this side as well, because the final view for the customer, it will be like this. But there are no numbers. Okay, can we place the numbers here? Okay, I want to place number for both line as well as for bar. Then I'll go to all here. So in single shot, let's turn on the labels. Now you will get your labels. And what is the customer view? Customer will see in this way. Okay, this is my number of orders. This is my average sales. 459 orders, 228. See, there is an observation. Even though the orders are less here, your average sales is more. That means that this category, these appliances have little more sales for you, even though you have less orders. Okay, so that is how I can build this type of charts. And can I apply some border for these bars? So if you want to make it little more colorful, like I want to apply some black border line for these bars. Okay, that like just formatting options. And what I'll do now, this is for sales bars. So go to the sales marks card, then go to the color. You have an option called as border. Then select your color. Let's say I want to have the black color. Then you can see the black line is added as a border. So sometimes we'll do it when you want to show uh, more cleaner way. You can use these type of options. Fine. And what you have to do additionally is, so this bar is representing sales. So you show the dollar symbol for this, but for this numbers, don't show any dollar symbols, because order is just the number I have to show. But for these bars, show the dollar symbol. Then only this report will be complete. And you have to do the formatting, make it bold, show the dollars, remove these lines, and make your title proper. That is what you have to do in the final steps, but you know how to do it, isn't it? Okay. Now what is important for us? Dual axis. When do we use it? To compare two measures. I want to compare two measures, then use a dual axis. I don't want to compare, just to show them just side by side, then you can easily use your individual axis. If you want to compare, then definitely go for dual axis. Okay, that is a part. Then let's go to the next one here, third one, blended axis. Now I want to compare multiple measures. Only two means a dual can help, but I want to compare more than two measures. I have three measures now: average sales, average quantity, and average profits. I want to show three measures now. Then dual axis says, I cannot handle your request. I am only capable of two measures. Then take the help of blended axis. Alright, let's see that example now. Now let's go to another sheet. I'll just rename this. I want to show subcategory wise average sales, comma, average sales, comma, average profits, number of orders. So there are three measures. Now we want to show them, compare or show them side by side. So we will use blended axis. Blended means combining your mixie. It will blend, isn't it? So everything, like combine everything, whatever you put inside it, combine it. Okay, blended axis, or even some people call it as combined axis. Okay, so things to observe. Let's build it. How do I build blended axis? How do I use a combined axis? So I'll put one point here. So how do you do it? So draw second, third, and so on measures into the existing axis. Dual means you are dropping your measure on the opposite side, but blended means you have to put on the same axis. Okay, let's see that. Step number one, let's take your subcategory again. Now average sales. Now take your sales, put there average sales. Okay. Now first I'll bring all of them here. Second one is average profits. Now bring your profits, average profits. Second measure. Third is number of orders. So bring your order ID and place it here. Select count. It's now this is an example for individual axis. Axis 1, axis 2, axis 3. Okay, now I want to build a blended axis. What I have to do here is, so what is this here? Sales. Now take the profit. So take this measure, you drop on the existing axis. That means put it on the same place. If you put it on the opposite side, it becomes a dual. No, I don't want a dual. So take your measure, drop it on this area itself. So take your profit. Now this is sales. Now take your second measure. So you see a photo pic icon when you take from your mobile. So similar to that, release your mouse. Okay, so some changes happens. We'll come to that. Now where is the third one? So you take the third one. Where is that axis here? So this is the axis. Now take that and put it here. You know what happened? So many changes happened. I'm seeing measure name, something is coming in filters, and I'm seeing something called as measure values. So many things happened. Okay, let's see again one by one. So I'm going back. Now, now let's understand with the two things here. So I'm assuming I have only two measures. Now take the second measure, put it in this axis. The moment I drop here, observe what changes we will see. Focus on the marks card, number one. Focus on the columns, focus on the filters. Okay, now let's take the second measure, put it in average sales. I'm dropping it here. This is blended axis. Done. Changes. Something called as measure values coming in, something called as measure names, and measure names is in filter, measure values. Where is my average of sales and number of orders? Where did that go? Where did that go? See, they are coming here. They are coming here, but where did that go? They are combined. They are combined into one axis, saying that it is measure values. Okay, what are they? We'll try to understand. See here you are seeing these measures: discount, profit, quantity, sales. Now let's go to the notepad. Let's understand what is measure names, measure values. What are the measures we have here? So I have like a discount, I have the profit, I have quantity, I have sales. These are the fields, these are something related to your business. Now, what is measure names and what are measure values? Let's try to understand. See, observe here the name, just the name, the text. What is the text I have? Discount. What is the text I have? Profit. Text, quantity, sales. Just to see the text here. Forget about what numbers you have. So these names we call it as measure names. You see here there is a measure names. So what is that? It is pointing to these names, just the column names. That's it. It doesn't have any value. So I have discount column, I have profit column, I have quantity column, sales column. Measure names is pointing to these names, just the names. But here the second, what you have, the measure values. Values contains actual numbers, like how much discounts you have, like what all values you have in discount. So it will be storing in this measure values. Meaning, so if I say something like this, if I say discount 20%, now if I say profit, let's say 2000 or 20,000. If I say quantity, then it is like 250. Then if I say sales, if I say sales, now let's say like I made like 2,400 quantity. These are the measure names and these are the measure values. Actual value. Names mean just the column names. It doesn't do anything. What is a column name? Discount. How much value you have? Okay, 20%. The name profit. Now 20%. Now similarly, if you observed, we have used one measure number of orders, isn't it? Number of orders is what we are trying to use here. Number of orders. Now here also the measure name, what it will take is order count. Order count or number of orders and how many you have. So whatever number that becomes measure value. Measure value. So measure names means it is just the name of the measures. That's it. Values means the actual numbers are stored in measure values. So first observation. Second observation. Now in blended axis, we will have only one axis. We will have only one axis from 0 to whatever the maximum number is. How does it work? How does it work? Let's see. So if you understand this concept, then it is very easy for all next concepts. Very simple. Now let's say here, let's say I have my sales column. I have my sales measure. It is from 0 to 1000. I have another measure called as profits. I have from 0 to 50. The maximum value I am taking. So this is my profit. And the third one, I have like the number of orders. So number of orders. So number of orders I have from 0 to 10,000. I have from 0 to 10,000. Now how many access I have? Three. This is individual access. What I am trying to say, I want to show everything sales, profits, orders in one axis. That means what it will do, what is the least value? 0. What is the highest value? 10,000. So it will say, all right, I'll take all values from these three, 0 to 10,000. And this axis name will be now sales, profits, and orders. Isn't it? All three. Instead of these three names, it is going to say like value. Instead of these measure names, it is going to tell you that, okay, this is a value. What you contain in value? Sales, profits, orders. But how do I know in Tableau? Now you can see here there is value. How do I know what it has? It will show in this list here. So it contains sales, it contains distinct order ID. That is what it is trying to do here. One single axis. And the measure names. So what are the names now? So what is the average sales? What is the distinct count of order ID? It is trying to show. Now I want to bring here third one. Now there are only two sales and orders. Where is the profits? Profit is not there. Now let's take a profit. You can put it here or you can put it here. So anywhere you can put it. So I'll drop it here itself. Let's see what happens. Now what happens? In measure names, it is showing third one, profit. And here also it is showing profit. Now I want to let's say I want to rename it. Like this is average sales, total profits, and the lengthy name. I don't want to do it. I want to see the smaller names. Okay, you can try renaming them. So you can use here alias. If you are watching news channels, YouTube channels, if somebody did any mistake, he'll say police caught today his the person Ramu alias, his nickname alias. It is all the nicknames they have, isn't it? So alias means another name what you want to give. So profit, I want to leave profit as it is, but I'll just say total profits. Okay, let's say okay. Now I want to rename this lengthy one. Why do I want to show this? Now I will rename it here. I'll say edit alias and I'll say here order count, order count, and first one is average sales. So you can show, is this view better? No, I didn't find that better, maybe I'll change this. This is all congested. Now just don't say entire view, just say standard, then it will adjust automatically. Now which one you want to show first? Sales first, profits next, order next. You want to change the order, you can just change that here. So first is sales, then profits, then order. Now I don't want average sales, I want to take sum of sales. It's your choice. You can just take sum of sales like this. Now turn on the labels. Now this is your actual sales, this is your total profits, this is your order count. Okay, so I'll just change here. So show me the total sales, and here also show me the total profits, and show me the number of orders. I have three things now. Make it little bold, so make these formattings so you know how to do it. Right click, format, then go to header, then you can make it bold till bigger sizes, and do the same thing for these. Now I'll click on fields, I'll take measure names and make it bold, maybe 10, make it. And even here, if you want to show these things in different colors, now I want to show these in different colors. Then take your measure names, because I want to show these bars in different colors. You can take measure names into colors. Now each one is showing in different color. Now which one you want, you can use it. So I'll double click on this. Sales, I want to show like this. Profit is money, so I'll show green. Order count, maybe I'll show in red colors. So this is my total view. Now if you observe, the very very important point, the measures we are showing the side by side, isn't it? So if I swap the view, so you can see it is showing the side by side, isn't it? Sales is coming next to it, profit is coming next to it, another one is coming. Very very important one, very commonly used scenario, very commonly used scenario. When to use blended axis? When to use blended axis? When we want to show measures side by side, side by side, then use blended axis. Use blended axis, very commonly used scenario. All right. And if you want to compare two measures, use a dual axis. No requirement is given, customer did not say anything directly, you can show individual axis because they did not say anything. But if you want to compare, if requirement is compare this with that, then use dual. So you have three measures, four measures, five measures, I want to show side by side, then you have to go for blended axis. Interview question, interview question, I want to show measures side by side, how do you do it? Use blended axis. This is what you have to say. Okay, this is commonly asked interview question. Can we build one more blended axis very quickly, just for your practice purpose? Now I'll say here, let's say I want to show region wise number of orders and the number of customers in blended axis. Region wise, number of orders, how many orders I got, and how many customers I have. I want to show side by side. So instead of blended axis, what I will say, number of customers side by side. Now, then I'll make it clear. I want to show in side by side bars. Okay, now let's take region first. Put it in row shelf, column shelf. Now get your measures first. Order ID, number of orders, fine. Then take your customers. I want to see number of customers. Now take your customer name or customer ID, anything is fine. Now use your mouse right click, put it here Again, use a distinct only. I don't want to duplicate customer names. Say, okay, this is individual access. I want to show side by side. This is one below the other. No, no, show side by side. Then what I have to do? So this is a customer ID. This is order ID. What you have to do? Take this and put it here. Release your mouse. Then you should see measure names, measure values, and something in the filters. Forget about filters. We'll come to this. What it is filtering. Now, can you rename these things? Because I don't want to show distinct count. So we'll rename this alias. This is also interview question. What is alias in Tableau? Where did you use it? This is an example. Instead of the lengthy name, distinct count of customer names, can I say here number of customers? Number of customers. Let's say that. And the second one, order count. Okay, that is fine. Name is fine. Now I'll say entire view. Now can you turn on the labels? Okay. Now which one you want to show first? Customers or this? If you want to change, so just change it here. It will change. Whatever you want to show first, so change it here. Okay. So I want to show number of orders first. So I'll place orders first. Can I make it colorful? Show orders in one color, customers in other color. What I have to do? Take measure names and put it into colors. Take your measure names, put it into colors. Okay, the colors I don't like it, so let's change the colors. Maybe one order count is this, maybe customer count is this. So apply and say finished. So is it coming side by side? Two measures side by side, blended axis. This is very, very important, very useful. How to build side by side parts. Okay. Now, one more interview question. Can I add a third measure? Can I add a fourth measure? Is it possible? Yes, it is possible. So one gentleman said, no possible, sir. My sir only showed three measures, only three are possible. Who told you? Add 10, it will show 10. You can test it. Take your profit, put it here. Then it will show third bar. Now take fourth one, quantity, put it here. It will show fourth. Take another one, maybe the discount. You can put it here. It will show five. There is no limit. You can drag and drop anything you want. But for example, we showed like two or three, but it is not fixed. You can drag and drop anything. How to remove it here? Just to remove it from this list, it will go away. Just to remove it, it will go away. Okay, is this clear? This is blended axis. How many types of axis? One interview question. And what is individual, what is dual, what is blended? How to synchronize the axis is one question. How to hide unhide the axis, another question. How to apply colors is another question. Take measure names, put it into the color palette. Final point, how many measures you have now? Two measures, isn't it? I have two measures. How many marks cards you have? Only one. For individual and for dual, you will see n plus 1. But for blended, because everything is combined into one, when you have only one measure, one axis, you will find only one marks card. This is certification question. How many marks cards you will see for blended axis? Just one. Okay, so let's put that point here. That is the certification question. How many marks card we will see for blended axis if we have n measures? If we have n measures, so they will give options like n plus 1, 1 minus 1, they will say that. So the answer for this is just 1. That too, the name will be showing us 1. Okay, and why it shows value, so I try to explain you in this tag. Okay, I'll save even this. Because going forward, you have to tell me which access I can take for that scenario. Now you know three. Now you can decide or you can help me. Okay, individual is fine. Dual is fine. Oh no, we'll take blended. So you have to tell me going forward. This is blended access. What is access spelling? Some people write AXES. No, that is not right. It is AXIS. You can see that here. AXIS. All right. Okay. Now let's go to next question. Average sales, average profit, side by side. Now you can try this. I'm leaving this to you as an exercise. I'll use color as red. So just try this one. And okay, next scenario. So types of access, it's complete. Just three types. Another question. I want to show products and discounts. Okay, you have a product column. Do I have product? Yes, I have product ID, product name. I can take any one. Now there is a discount also. I can take discount. Before you solve that here, just drag and drop only. But before you solve, can you help me? Can you help me with this question? This is the scenario. You went to a shopping mall because there is a festival. Now you purchased three products, and that shopping mall gave you this much of discounts. So you purchased any mobile, laptop, anything, three products. And they gave you like first two product 50% off, second 60, third 40. How much discount you got now? What is the total discount you got? 150. So I asked you how much discount you got. So what you are doing?
50%.
Plus 60 plus 40. Total how much? 150% discount. 100% means it is free, isn't it? 150 means they gave you free and they gave you cash also back. Is this correct? No, you did not get, you paid some money, isn't it? Then how can we say that we got 150% discount? Right? So this is wrong. You got discount, but it is different on each product. How much total discount you got? In this case, you should not add. You have to take average. How much you got is what this question means. Because 150 is meaningless, isn't it? 150% discount, it will never happen, isn't it? So they have to close the shopping mall and then they have to go up. So the scenario here is, so whenever you are talking about some columns, like a discount column, age column, like you have age column, you have person 1, person 2, person 3, you have like ages. Now what is the age on an average? Then you have to take average. If there is something like the salaries, you have to take, you can take some or you can take average. But some columns, some fields, you cannot apply some for them, isn't it? Now, how much discount you got, you should not take this. Now, instead, what you have to do is take average of all discounts. In this case, it is 150 divided by how many products? Three products. Now, you got on an average 50% discount. Overall, you got 50% discount. Let's go back to our superstore. Now we are talking about a product, we are talking about discount. Let's drag and drop these two things. Product name, every product has got some discount. I'll take the discount and this time I want to put it here. If I drop it here, it will build a bar chart. We know that. No, this time I want to build table chart, table chart, like an Excel file. Now take the discount, put it here. So if you put it here, it shows in the table text formats. What it is showing, zero point 0.4, zero point 0.2, zero point 0.6, like that. No, I want to show in percentage. This is one interview question. How do you change the format from decimals to percentage. Very simple. Anything changing is related to format option. Anything, the number, the size, the text, uh, the, the money, then just take the format. Right click, we'll go to format option. Now is this access or is it pane? There is no access here, isn't it? This is just a table. There is no access. So go to the pane. You have numbers. Click on it. You have direct option, percentage. If you want to show two decimals, after that it is your choice. But I don't want to show any decimals, so I'll remove it to zero. Fine. Can we sort this order? Okay, you can sort it ascending, descending. You can sort it. Now look at this product. 720% discount. It is never possible, isn't it? Discounts should be from 0 to maximum is 100, and you will never find 100. It will be 99 point something. So what went wrong? Aggregation is wrong. So you should not have sum here. So what you have to do, you have to take the average. If this product is sold 5 times, you have to take average like 5. How much discount I got? Now what you have to do, change the default aggregation. Fine. I'll go to measure and I'll select here average. Now things got changed. Again you take the order here, ascending or descending. Okay, the maximum is 80%. What is the least percentage? It is 0. So this is the right behavior. This is the right approach when you are dealing with some columns, especially like discounts column. Now this is correct. Now I removed a discount from here. I removed a discount from here. I want to drag it one more time. Put it here. Again, what it is showing? Sum. Oh, whenever you drag a discount, it will show you sum only. That is a wrong behavior. Whenever I drag discount, it should come as average. So the question here is, can we change the default aggregations in Tableau? Can we change the default aggregation in Tableau? So it is sum. So we want to change it to average instead of sum. Okay. How do you change it is also an interview question. How to change? So the first one answer is yes, we can change it. You can do it. So how do you change it? Right click on the field and you will find one option, default properties. You have to say the steps also. Right click on the field, default properties, aggregation. By default it is sum. I am changing the default aggregation to average. And let's try now. I want to change it, put it here. Now it is showing average. It is showing in percentage. Now you can go to another sheet. Okay, let's clear this. Maybe let's try again. Let's go to another sheet. Let's drag product names and let's drag discount. Let's drag discount. This is showing average correctly, but what about this? Again, it is showing the default values. No, if I drag discount, it has to show me average, and even this one should also be percentage. Why do repetition task? Okay, then if it is the case, again go back to your field, default properties, then it is aggregation is fine, so no changes required. Go to number format. How you want to show it? Click on it. I want to show it in percentage without any decimals. Let's say okay. From now onwards, whenever you drag discount, it will apply average, it will show percentage. Let's test it. Take your product name, then take your discount. Average should be there, percentage should be there. Now take another columns here. I want to see region wise discounts, state wise discounts. Okay, put that state here. Now take discounts. Now let's see what it shows. Average and percentage. So from now onwards, if you drag this column, the default aggregation is average, the default format is percentage. So how do you change it is one commonly asked question, interview question, commonly asked. So very quickly, right click on the field. I'll say here example like discount, and then what is the next step? Click on default properties, default properties, and you can change here aggregation. So you select average, and if you want to change another thing, number format, so you can select a percentage, you can select percentage. Very important question, very commonly asked first round questions, simple questions. Okay. All right, now let's do this again. So product name and say add values and discount. Now you can sort it in ascending descending, you can test it 80% and 0%. Clear? Good. Let's go to the next one. Category wise discount. So we already fixed this problem. Now you can just drag that dimension and just drag your discounts. Now it will show, okay, these are the discounts which we are giving in these categories. Finished. Did you observe one point here? Is there a column name for this? This is very important interview question. How do I show that column name? Because what you are showing that percentage, how do that user know? How do that user know? For example, if I drag the sales here, now what is the final view? It shows only this one. Is this sales? Is this profits? Is this orders? Is it discount? How do that user know if you don't show that column name? This is very important interview question. How do you show the column names? Okay, I'll show you how to show it. If you have only one measure, you will see this problem. If you drag a second measure, if you drag a second measure into this area, column names comes automatically. So the problem is only with one measure, one single measure, something like this. How to show the column name is the interview question. So you can do it in multiple ways. So the first way here is just a double click on this. What column name you want to give, put it in single quotations. String is always passed in single quotations. Now this is a sales. All right, you can type it here. This is sales. Now you are seeing the two things. Oh, why do you want to show this? I don't want to show. Right click on that and say here hide field labels. Now it is simple, easiest way. So just double click that empty fill, just type what name you want, you will get it. So this is one way. Second way what you can do, take your measure values and put it into this area. Okay, see what happens automatically. So it is trying to pick that, okay, this is the sales column, so it will do it automatically. Okay, so I'll put that in the notes section because this is compulsory question. So how to show the column name when we have only one measure, only one measure. So two ways for now. So first way, double click on empty fill and type the column name in single quotes. In single quotes like this, like sales column. And the second way, drag measure values into the table. Into the table, it will pull automatically. Simple tricks, simple techniques to answer the interview. So this is done, but category wise discounts is what we want to show. So I will just say, just remove this. Okay, let's go back. Category wise, it is not sales. I want to show discounts. Put it here. Now just to put that column name as discount. Now we will say here discounts. And now that's done. Finished? Clear? Very important interview questions. All right, so let's see that question now. Now I'll tell you what is that we want to show. I want to find out how much discounts I am giving in my superstore. So you saw like 0%, maximum is 100%. In between, how many discounts you gave? Like 10%, 20%, 22, 23. How many discounts you gave? I want to see that information. And for each discounts value, how much sales you got? That means if I say 50% discount, did I get high sales? If I say 20% discounts, did I get high sales? I want to check in my data. So maximum what we will assume like 50%, 60% means more sales. That is what I expect. But I want to see like what are all the discounts I gave and how much sales I got. For those discounts, how much sales I got, I want to check. Observe the steps here. It is not very straightforward, just a small trick is there. First approach. Now this is your discounts. Now let's take this and put this in the row chart. Now what you will see here? Just a number. Average value is 16. No, no, this is not what I want to see. I want to see all the values 0, 10, 20, 30 like that. Then what you have to do here is this is which one? Green color. Green color means measure. Green color is measure. Now let's convert this measure into dimension. Let's convert this measure into dimensions because I'll tell you what is happening in the background. Now this is a discounts column. This is discount column and you will see 0%, 0%, 10% I gave sometimes I gave 20, sometimes I gave 30, sometimes I gave 35. I gave this discounts and you will have related sales information also. Now what I want to see is for 0%, what is the total sales? If you add these two, I will get one number. For 10% means how much sales I got. I want to see like this. Now when I drag the discount column, it is taking average of these discounts. That is what it is doing. No, no, don't take average. Get me the unique values. So there are duplicates here. Don't get me duplicates. Get me only the unique values like 0. If you have like a 10 two times, a 20 two times, a 30 three times, I want to get only unique values. I want to get unique values. Now what we will do is convert the measure into the dimension. If you convert a measure into dimension, it will automatically pick only the unique values. That is what dimension will do. Now let's see here how do I convert this. You have an option. Click on this measure. Now go to measure. You will see something like this. No, no, I don't want to measure. I want to change it to discrete. Discrete means it will change to the dimension. It will show only unique values. Continuous means duplicates. Discrete means without duplicates. So click on this option. It will still show 16. Don't worry. Now click on this option. Now you will see, don't show me measure, show me only the dimension. Then see what happens. You are getting the 0, 10, 15, 20 like that. No, no, again I don't want to see this in green color. I want to see it in blue color. Okay, click on it. Now it has changed to continuous. No, no, I don't want continuous. No green color. Select here discrete. So there are many steps. I'll do it again. Don't worry. Now what we are trying to do in the discount column, just to get me the unique values. That is what I want to do. What you are trying to do now, convert this measure into the dimension. Then it will pull only the unique values. Okay, now let's do it again. There are multiple ways. Now, first way, I am trying to drag it here, and then this is complete green. We want complete blue with just discount, only the text discount. I should not say average also. Now, what I'll try to do say directly now, change to dimension straight away. Okay, but this is in which color? Green. I want in blue color. Okay, now I'll say discrete. Finished. Do it again because this is trickiest one. Put that again. This is a measure, convert to dimension. Okay, how to convert from measure to dimension? Direct option is there. Select dimension. This is still in green. Now I want blue. Now you change to discrete. This is one way. Second, you can move from here to here also. You can move from discount from here to just to put it into dimension. Easiest way, why to do all those steps, but you can do it from there as well. Now put that here. It's fun, simple, easiest way, isn't it? But why we don't prefer this option is, if the second example was something like this, I want to still make it as a measure itself. Only for one scenario I want to show this percentage, then you can put that here itself, but change that in the view. Okay, anything is fine based on our requirement. I want to see the sales now. All right, let's take the sales, put it into this place. Now you can sort it. Okay, let's sort it. This is interesting one. When there is no discount, I got so much of sales. When I gave 20%, I got second highest sales value. 40%, this much of sales. So I can analyze now. Even I said 45% discount, only few sales I got. Isn't it? Now the data engineer comes into picture. Data scientist will come into picture. Why did you get so much of sales even though it is zero? It is not your job, the job of a data scientist. Now he has to tell like on which dates you sold, and is it having any festivals, non-festivals, or the product is not available in the market, why you got so much of sales. They have to give like top 10 reasons for your company, but your job will be done when you show this report. That's it. Okay. Now, how did I do this? Multiple ways. So I'll just bring it back to measure. This is one interview question. Can you change from can you change fields from dimension to measure, measure to dimension? Possible. Now this is one example. Put that here. I will change to dimension. Now still green. I don't want green. I wanted to show it in blue. This is how I'll do it. Now you can sort it or keep it, but I'll prefer sorting it so that they get some idea. Clear? Hmm? Okay, I think that's it you have for today. So this is how you get the discounts and the sales. Now the next topics from here, so we have to analyze. So I'll stop it here for today, and the next topic for us would be geographical analysis. I want to show something on the map. Every time you are showing in a table, bar chart, vertical bar, horizontal bar. Can you show something on the maps? During Corona time period, everything is on map itself. China is all red, 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 red. Then we fear. Next surrounding to China, okay, India. Oh, we are getting affected. So it's very important during the any some viral transmissions country wise. So which country is getting affected next? So that analysis is very useful. You can do it using the maps. Final thing before I stop for today, this is one interview question. How many ways we can share the report? Previous question was how many ways you can save the report. Saving is two types, TWB, TWBX formats. This is share the reports. I want to send my report to another person. How many ways you can do it? Let's look at it. If you are working in the same office, same environment, then you can directly send it in TWB format. There is no problem. And okay, so to my colleague here, then I will say here, so I can share my TWB format. Okay. Now, how many ways? Okay, to another colleague, to another department, then I have to send it in PWBX format. This is interesting here. I want to send the file to another person, but he don't have Tableau desktop on his machine. How can you send your report? He don't have Tableau desktop, so he is a salesperson. No, Muthoot Finance, very common one. They use Tableau. Salespersons use Tableau in their mobile. They want to see, okay, how much I did yesterday, how much incentive I got yesterday. So they will check in their reports. They don't have Tableau. Then how do they check?
We
So
can take a
here,
screenshot.
say again, madam.
We can take a screenshot and paste it in a Word
Yeah,
and share.
yeah, you can take a screenshot. But if there are like 300 employees, how to send 300 employees a screenshot? Isn't it? Yes. So we'll see that. The answer is 50% right. So that comes in the next step. So what we can say, if you are a salesperson, you don't have Tableau desktop because it is licensed version, then you can use another component called as Tableau Reader. This is like your PDF file. So you install PDF in your machine, then you open your Word documents or anything in your PDF. What is the advantage? PDF means you can only see that, but you cannot edit the report, isn't it? PDF files. Similarly, there is an application called as Tableau Reader. This is only for viewing, only, only for viewing, but not editing, but not edit options. Now that person does not have reader also. Still, I want to send my report for him. It is very useful. It is very important. Now you can send it in two ways now. Either you send it in image format or you can send it in PPTs. Again, image format. So how I can send here? So if you come back here, let's say I want to send this information. Now you can say here, file. You have an option. Sorry, let's go to worksheet. You can say here, export as image. Now, if you click on it, it will ask you like, where do you want to save it? Okay, let's say save. It will then prompt you where you want to save this information. So I'll save it in today's folder. Old data. Then let's say this is my discounts and related sales. Is in which format? PNG format. I'm clicking on save. Now I can send that image in email. But there are so many people. Again, I have to send in email. Now this is a manual task. We will automate it. Who will do it? Automation means Tableau server. Server says, I am here, don't worry. I will send that a snapshot. Which report you want to send? So we have to configure. Okay, this workbook, this report, send it to these many people every day 7 o'clock. We have to say to server, then it will automatically send that report to their emails. So just they have to open their email account, open the email, then this snapshot will be available in their emails. Manually, we should not do it. Everything is automated. Okay, I'll show you that as well, how to configure. We call it as subscriptions. Subscription. You subscribe to newspaper. Every day 7 o'clock, you look in the balcony. Did I get my newspaper today? Isn't it? Similarly, server, we have to subscribe. Then you will get that report in email. Then how to send in PPT here? Now you can say export as PowerPoint. Then you can just say that. Is it still working on? Has to show one dialog. Yes. Which report you want to show? Now this is just one report, isn't it? I want to send all the reports. You can do it. You have to put all the reports in one window, which we call it as dashboard. Then send that dashboard. Okay, but we don't know dashboard. But next week you will understand what is a dashboard. Now it is asking which one. This view I want to send. Okay, export it. Now it will just say here, save. It will save it. So I can export it in different ways. You can see here I can submit to PowerPoint. I can use PDF as well. So I can save this in PDF. I can save it in PowerPoint. Then I can save it as image. I can save it in Excel as well, cross data to Excel. I can save it and with reader and the other options. Now sending your files TWB, TWBX. So you have so many options. Image, PPTs, PDFs, you can do. So take the copy, send it in emails. So this is how you can share your reports. Right? But we have to do some automation, but not now. It is too early. When we talk about server, then you will understand how to do it automatically. Okay, then we will stop it here for today.